Sterling, wasn't there?
Yeah.
The British. Was it thought
The Lancaster
superior?
was far and away superior. There was the Halifax, which had radial engines, and that was very prone to the oil freezing up in the engines. And the Sterling, which had all the aerodynamic qualities of a brick. So the Lancaster was far and away the best aircraft.
Peter, I believe you said at the onset of your talk you were given a number.
Sorry?
Did you say at the beginning of your talk you were given a number?
Yes.
What was your number? Can you
I
remember
had two
it?
numbers when I was in the RAF. As a sergeant, and as an airman, I was 1580793, and then later as an officer, I was 188492.
Bravo!
You never forget the number.
How many missions you may have taken part in?
Sorry?
How many missions do you think you may have taken part in?
I took part in 34 missions over enemy and occupied territory.
Were you ever wounded?
Mostly, pardon?
Ever
No.
wounded?
We were fortunate, very fortunate. We always came back on 4 engines. We were the only time the aircraft was hit. We found a tiny little hole in the side one day with a little bit of shrapnel still stuck in it.
Really?
But that was the only time.
What was your officer rank? What was your officer rank?
Well, I got a commission as pilot. I got a commission as pilot officer,
Oh,
and then and that was followed automatically by promotion to flying officer after 6 months. And then, again, having finished flying, we did further remustering. And I was still in the Air Force for another year or two before the devolve. And we had the options to taking various courses of training, and I opted to go on the photographic course at the RAF Farnborough, which was the Air Force's #1 school of photography. And I went on the first course there, and having passed out on that, I was posted to Italy, where I spent 15 months, fell in love with Italy, a love affair that still goes on to this day, and became photographic officer for Italy and the Middle East.
There is a Lancaster bomber, which you may have seen on television, which has been superbly maintained, and they intend to fly it soon.
Oh, yes, that's a second one. Some years ago, there was just one airworthy Lancaster still in this country, and I heard on the news, or read in the papers, that it had been flown into Coventry Airport, what is now Coventry Airport, was then the RAF Anstey, for a complete overhaul. So I managed to find a telephone number and rang up, pointed out that I had flown in Lancasters, and would it be possible to come and see it? And they welcomed us with open arms. My daughter, my grandson, and the 3 of us, we were given a royal welcome, and I was able to go over. Natalie said she must come and see the office where Dad sat and worked during the war, and I was able to go inside, sit in my old position, and take quite a number of photographs, which I've still got at home somewhere, only I couldn't find them. But I also took one of the members of the crew was still alive at that time, the ex-flight engineer. So I took some photographs of the part of the aircraft where he used to stand, and sent them to him in Gloucester, where he lived with his wife and family. And but as I say, sadly, I am now the only one left of all of that crew.
Peter,